Stage 2, Section 1, Butterfly Wriggle Flippers. Flippers are an ideal way to introduce young children to the dolphin action, so vital for the modern butterfly stroke. Here, 10-year-old Georgia demonstrates dolphin flipper kick with a kickboard, and you can notice the great rhythm, undulation and propulsion she is generating with the assistance of these flippers. Once children start to understand the power that they can generate with the help of flippers, they love to practice and compete against each other playing at dolphins. Kickboards then become a fun way to practice and race once the basic dolphin kicking rhythm has been mastered by young children. In the early learning stages, it is easier to practice this skill without the kickboard. Here, 7-year-old Claudia demonstrates how in the early stages it is ideal to go short distances without the kickboard, no breathing, and a good undulating action. The knees bend slightly to apply downward pressure, which force the hips up and bottom out of the water in an undulating action that resembles the dolphin. Once this dolphin action is mastered on the tummy with no breathing, this same undulating dolphin action can be attempted on the back. Children love to put on the fins and get that feeling of fast propulsion through the water. If you make the learning process fun, they will spend countless hours practicing this wriggling action. Older children, like 10-year-old Georgia, can execute this skill at great speed underwater. It can be known as the Phelps drill, since Michael Phelps was the swimmer who pioneered this underwater dolphin action off the wall in turns to change competitive swimming races forever. Innovative teachers might hold the Phelps Cup during lessons for the best exponent of the underwater dolphin action. Section 2, The Importance of Kicking Both Ways. There are a couple of real advantages in using flippers to help master the dolphin action. Flippers certainly make it easier for any inexperienced swimmer to hold their stroke together when practicing. As a result, young swimmers are able to work for longer periods of time holding their technique together. However, it has been my observation during my coaching career that the great butterflyers, who, in my opinion, have been ahead of their time in terms of technique and swimming times, have been the competitors who have been able to best control their kick. Maximum propulsion from the kick is generated by the athletes who are able to kick in both directions. The second kick becomes the real driving force of the stroke and helps lift the chin out of the water to breathe. Power is generated by kicking up with the soles of the feet as well as down with the instep. In other words, the swimmer learns to kick in both directions up and down and now really does resemble the kick of a fish. Fish or dolphins do not just kick in one direction, they swish both ways. I believe that the flippers help to teach the skill of kicking in both directions. They therefore play a valuable part in teaching young children stroke mechanics. Section 3, 4 wriggles and breathe with the flippers. Even when children are learning, teachers or coaches must insist on perfection and correct any mistakes immediately. Here, young Claudia failed to streamline correctly off the wall, and she must be corrected. When correcting, make sure you are positive and encouraging, and any of the good things that are achieved or noticed must be highlighted and emphasized first before being critical of any mistakes that were made. The 4 wriggles breathe drill without the board is executed well And even at this early stage in the learning of butterfly, we notice that the breathing is 1. Being executed smoothly after 4 kicks, and 2. The dolphin kick is a continuous flowing action, kicking both up and down as was mentioned earlier. Watch as Claudia just flows along the surface of the water, undulating and breathing. Once the breathing with the dolphin action is mastered, the children can practice this skill over longer distances, not only teaching them good breathing patterns, but also building swimming endurance. It should be noted that this dolphin action can be practiced with a side breathing technique, a la Melvin Stewart, former Olympic champion. Or, if the children are capable of holding their breath longer, you might like to try it with 2, 4, 6 or 8 wriggles before breathing. Brought to you by WorldwideSwimSchool.com. WorldwideSwimSchool.com is the leader in teaching young children to swim and building stroke mechanics.